Several complaints have been piling up against Dr. Akshay Bhalla in the Federal Aviation Authority. Remember, he is a doctor impaneled with the FAA, which is a US aviation regulator. Now, the extortion charges, of course, coming in from expats who have been working in Delhi and other parts of North India. They have written to FAA, and following CNN IBN's story, FAA has finally acted. We are told by our sources within the FAA that his impanelment will be finally cancelled, and from the 30th of April, he'll be no longer listed as a doctor for medical checks as far as FAA is concerned. So that is the action that FAA is taken. But the other worry really that senior pilots are telling us is what if such doctors are clearing pilots who are not medically fit, who are unfit. In fact, there have been several cases in some of the private airlines where pilots with hypertension, with kidney failures, with heart troubles have been allowed to fly. So these are the checks that the DGCA will now have to do. In New Delhi, Karma Paljor.
After fake pilots and corrupt DGCA officials who put lives of passengers in danger, now the focus shifts on doctors. This is the clinic of Dr. Akshay Bhalla, authorized by the US aviation regulator FAA to check and clear pilots holding US licenses to fly in India. He has the responsibility of checking US expat pilots working in India every 6 months. Even those pilots who have obtained their licenses from the US have to be cleared by him. There are just 5 FAA empaneled doctors in India, 4 in Mumbai, 1 in Delhi to check them. As per FAA guidelines, doctors in the US charge about 4,500 rupees, but in the case of Dr. Bhalla's, it's much more. Several expat and pilots with US flying licenses CNN IBN spoke to have charged Dr. Bhalla of extortion.
There was no problem with my blood pressure or anything else, but it's just, it was all to these pilots which I see is, it was all about money, you know, the more money he could extract.
A senior expat pilot was asked to pay a month's salary to get his medical cleared. Dr. Akshay Bhalla claimed that he had high blood pressure. In another case, a young pilot who had just got his flying license from the US was harassed after paying 11,000 rupees for his medical exam. Dr. Bhalla even deleted his medical records from the FAA database. Following this, the pilot complained and his account was restored.
Eventually coming down to the point at which he told me that he wasn't going to give me my medical, and he declared me unfit without any medical examination.
When confronted by CNN IBN, this is what he had to say.
So we have received lots of complaints against you by pilots and other who have a FAA license, saying that you are blackmailing them and extorting them to get more money.
I have been most correct in giving them disposals. The only thing is now they've started going to the Indian medical, and now they are running scared. Now they are being referred to me to do a correct and a complete medical on them. See, all pilots want you to give them fitness in collusion, which I don't do.
So if you are a pilot with a US license, you don't have much choice but to visit him at this clinic once in a while. We trust pilots with our lives when we are flying, but with such dubious doctors who are willing to shell out certificates for money, our trust may be misplaced. These are some of the documents we have received from pilots accusing Dr. Bhalla of extortion. Some have even written to the FAA to revoke his license as early as 2009. But so far, he continues to practice. With video journalist Rajesh Bharadwaj and Karma Paljor in New Delhi, Mike Sangma.